So it's been a while since I actually did a video blog, and given everything that's happened lately, I think it's about time I actually did a video blog. So the last couple days have been pretty interesting here in Koh Tao. As you've seen the videos of me getting assaulted by a man, Burmese gentleman that ran a bike shop across from where I was staying here in Koh Tao on Down Road in Mayad. When I first got to the island, he was trying to rip off a couple of girls, and I confronted him and asked him, I was like, hey, what's the problem with the bike? Where's the damage? Can you show me a video? And the guy sucker punched me in the face. He actually cut my eye open. So for 2 months, I sat there at my balcony watching him run his business, and I was disgusted. It wasn't fair. He was ripping people off constantly. So I tried to think how I could do something about this. And so the other night, I was sitting on my balcony, and I watched him trying to rip off, I believe it was some German couple, and they were trying to say, he was trying to say that they had the bike longer than they had, and I was trying to signal to him, like, look, come over here, talk to me over here, and I was like, call the cop, call the cops. He wasn't getting my hand gestures, probably not a scuba diver. So I decided to pull out my GoPro, and I recorded everything, and I went downstairs and I told him I was recording. I pointed to the camera several times, and he, luckily the gentleman got his passport back. He decided to just let it go, but he wasn't done with me. And I told him, I called him out. I said, this is bullshit what you're doing, and this isn't fair. And he slapped me across the face. And I captured it all on video. I went back, got my camera, uploaded it onto my iPad, and then went to the police station. There I filed a police report, well, I didn't file a police report. There was a little bit of a gray area here. He came, they had to pay a fine. His dad, who owns the company, had to pay the fine. But the next day, he was very apologetic that night. He apologized for hitting me, and we hugged, and I thought everything was okay. So the next day, I walked by the shop, and I gracefully bowed. I said, cup, and he glared at me. So I decided, I went to the tourist police. They advised me to go back to the police station in Sairi. There I actually went straight to the sergeant, who was wonderful. His name is Same. He was very helpful. All the cops there were actually really good the second time around. The first time I was asked to delete the video by one of the officers, which I thought was kind of weird. But I don't remember which one it was, so I don't want to finger point. Long story short, I went back a second time last night. I was there for about 3 hours. I showed the sergeant the video. I showed him everything that happened, and the father was actually looking to press charges against me for verbal assault. I showed the sergeant. I was like, look, here's the whole video. My hands are always down. I was never confrontational. I just said what he was doing was wrong. I never stepped foot in his property. I always stayed in the street, and he agreed with me. And he honestly gave me some good advice. I could have taken him to court, but he's just going to get the same fine. He's just going to get here. So he showed up, him and his father, and I asked him for 300 baht, just as an expression of that you've acknowledged you did wrong. I filed an official police report, all documented, and he signed it as well, admitting that he did hit me. I have a copy of it as well, and hopefully this is all done with. I've been getting a lot of different feedback from people on Facebook telling me to watch my back, don't start stuff, in other countries that you are a foreigner in, and I completely respect that. But at the same time, I can't sit around for 2 months and watch something go undone. So hopefully this starts something, some kind of communication, some kind of awareness. I don't know what, but I just want this to get out. This is the second time that this happened to me. So I hope with a video and sharing it, that word can get out about what's actually happening here in Koh. It's not fair. But I do have to say, I have a lot of respect for the police here. They were really wonderful. And especially to Sergeant Sam. Thank you. I appreciate everything you did and the advice you gave me. I didn't want to have to go to court. We were able to agree on a mutual understanding, and I want this to go just behind me. And hopefully, all I asked of him was just please be a good man. Like, that's it. I just want you to be a good man. That's all I ask. So hopefully something positive might come of all this. I got other feedback as well, people thanking me for at least trying to do something. I don't like to sit idly by and see people get ripped off. It's not fair. Yes, it's not my country. Him and his father actually are Burmese, so they're not actually Thai, luckily. So the Thai definitely kind of sided with me on this one. I guess all I have as advice is be careful where you rent scooters in Koh. They're out to rip you off, and if you find yourself in a position like if you've damaged the bike, call the tourist police, get the police involved. It's your best option, really. Otherwise, they're going to try to rip you off. And I'm talking about, almost 40,000 baht versus a 10,000 baht actual repair. So that's $300, which is 10,000 baht. So you can do the math. Be smart, be safe, and understand where you're traveling and understand where you're at. I have a lot of respect for the Thai people. Honestly, this is one of my favorite countries I've ever been to. And I've been fortunate enough to travel around the world. But I can honestly say the Thai are some of the most genuinely good people I've ever met. And hands down, I have a lot of respect for them. I do. And I respect their country.